Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Learners, ma'am is audible?
Yes, sir. Ma'am is audible.
Okay. Continue, ma'am.
So, thank you, sir. I welcome you all to today's session, and today we will be discussing again a part of Unit 3 and sorry, Block 3, and it's about the journey that the diaspora community has taken up. And I have told you that diaspora is a unique community. It's unique in its experience, and this experience varies according to the journeys that they have taken up and the places of destination they have ended up, and how the surrounding environment, how the state, the government in that particular host society has taken them, has accommodated them or not. So every diasporic experience, every community in different countries, they have a different unique experience. And today we'll be exploring three regions. We will. I'll just put up my presentation. Just a minute. Is it? Yeah. Can you see the presentation? Can anyone just respond? Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Okay, thank you. So today we'll be talking about again Indian diaspora, and we're covering block 3 and 3 units from this block 3. That is, I think it's 4, 5 or 6, the units. And I will be taking up 3 different regions, 3 different geographical regions. First is the Caribbeans, that is, the area that starts between Panama and Mexico, if you look at in the map. The other is Africa, the entire continent of Africa, and the third is South Asia and basically, Southeast Asia and South Asia. That's the reason we are going to cover today. And coming to the Caribbeans, we have already discussed in our last few sessions that it was mostly the plantation sites, and it was the case of indentured labor that emerged after abolition of slavery, that Indians were transported to these islands. And now if you look at the Caribbeans, they are an independent nation. There are so many countries within it. But for a very long period of time, historically, we used to just associate Caribbean as one homogeneous entity. But by no way it is homogeneous. And you will see that each of these Caribbean nations, they have their unique history, even if their history is quite recent. And if we just try to discuss a little bit, because this session is going to be completely historical. It is on the basis of certain historical facts that we will be trying to analyze. Okay, I got just reminded that last class, some students believe that I speak in English for the entire session. That's going to be a problem. So today you want me to be bilingual? Is that so? Please respond. I'll use both the language for your convenience. Is it? Okay, I may keep forgetting, so just remind me if I, if somewhere I just, continue with English. So, आज आम डिस्कस कर कैरिबियन आइलैंड्स आपण माने जदि मैप रे देखिबे पनामा एंड मेक्सिको ए दीटा रीजन भितरे जो भी आइलैंड अछि they are called as Caribbean islands. And Caribbean island, it's actually an archipelago, जोटा कि हम इंग्लिश रे कहू, इट्स माने बहुत गुडे आइलैंड एका संगे मिसी कि अछंती आउ सबुतक आइलैंड गुडाकर गोटे गोटे निजस्व अछि, तार गोटे इंडिपेंडेंट हिस्ट्री अछि. एंड this island was actually, this archipelago was discovered by Columbus, and first it came under Spanish rule. प्रथमे स्पेन रू आसिकी रूलर्स माने ताको रूल करथिले. After 17th century, Spain pulled back, and European traders, European माने English हेले, French हेले, Dutch हेले, से माने आसिकी occupy कले. So it was with non-Spanish Europeans that the plantation economy emerged with the help of slavery system. It was only after the Spanish left that the non-Spanish European, जो माने कि English कुहंतु कि French कुहंतु कि Dutch कुहंतु, से माने realize कले जे एटी plantation हे पारिबो. हम कहले by this time 17th century बळकु माने there was a massive demand for sugar globally. और से माने भलो भाबरे realize कर सकले जे एटी sugar plantation आरंभ कर दिया जाए. It is going to be, one of the most profitable sites for these colonial nations. And if you see that, we will try to look at this Caribbean region in 3 phases. 3टा phase रे हमें देखिबा. Post discovery माने से discover हैला परे तारो state टा कोन थिला. Post emancipation जेतले liberation of slaves हैला. Slave trade जेतले माने पूरा abolish हे गला, slavery system उठी गला. तापर तार स्टेट कोन थिला, कोन हैला. तापर पोस्ट इंडिपेंडेंस बहुत ब्रीफली हमें एटा डिस्कस करिवा, बिकॉज़ आई बिलीव इट इज अ रिपीटेशन. हमें जतबे इंडेंजर्ड लेबर पढुतले इंडियन डायस्पोरा रे, वी हैव कवर्ड मोस्ट ऑफ दिस हिस्टोरिकल थिंग. आपण मानकु मु काली भी कहितली जे it is one of the plantation sites. तार इकोनॉमी ता it was completely based on plantation. Plantation छडा कोनोसी तांकर इकोनॉमिक प्रोडक्ट्स नथिला. से टाइम रे it was just a plantation site. And the policies of these islands were determined in the metropolitan colonial offices. Metropolitan colonial offices माने जदी ए कैरिबियन आइलैंड रो किछि पार्ट ब्रिटिश रूल अंडर रे आसुची, ताहले तारा पॉलिसी कोन हबो, कोठी हबो, से ऑफिसर्स माने लंडन रे सेटा डिसाइड होथिला. लोक आसी कि सेठी डिसाइड करनथले लोकली. लंडन रे द डिसीजंस वे मेड. मेट्रोपॉलिटन तांकर ऑफिस जोठी जोठी भी थिला. Post emancipation period कोना ना जतले liberation of slaves हे गला. The slaves were liberated. सेतले कोन हैला ना indentured laborers started, migrating. माने देखिले कि जे how it all started. They first, they picked up Indians from Chota Nagpur plateau and Birbhum areas of Bihar, and it was mostly the tribal population. केमिति से माने जाइथिले से ये करथिले. So that was the post emancipation period. Post emancipation hame ethe kochi because after this phase it was the phase that was marked with the liberation of slavery system. Then post independence stage, here you will see that after these some of these the countries, they attained independence from British rule. What was it like? And it was mostly seen that colored people, it was mostly the blacks along with Indians, they acquired power. And there was a movement from plantation economy to full-fledged industrialization. Plantation, they started moving on to industrialization. Then I'll just, it's like a recap, because we have discussed all these things in last session. Arrivals of Indians माने केमती arrive करले. So that's the reason I have not gone into the details, but it's just going to be a recap of whatever we have already discussed last class. So you will see that the Indians reached Caribbean in the wake of abolition of slavery. Can somebody tell me slavery kebe abolish heithila? Mane paduchi ki? At least broadly, whole century re? Anybody? Can I interactive न कले बहुत असुविधा होची. You sleep off and sometimes माने attentive एते रही परिबनी, बोर भी लागिबो. So if you interact, it will be more interesting. Anyone? No? के कहया को चाहू नांती?
19th century, ma'am.
Very good. 19th century. To be more specific, it was, if I am not mistaken, 1834. It was abolished in Britain. So from 1830s, East India Company was allowing private firms under indentured labor scheme because धीरे धीरे evolve करिवा आरंभ हो जाइतला indentured labor scheme and the charge was given to private firms. से माने आमे देखिथिले लास्ट टाइम केमथि रिक्रुटमेंट होउतला केमथि ताकर दलाल्स बुलुथिले केमथि लोकन को फसे की ट्रैप करके कोना को बाटरे से माने आइडेंटिफाई करथिले जे कहा कहा को ए ट्रिप रे निया जिवो. So that is how it evolved in India. And British came up with a colonial immigration act जोटा कि माने ए जो 1837 रो colonial immigration act एटा बहुत हेल्प कला से जो इंडेंचर्ड सिस्टम टाकू माने evolve करिबारे because the Britishers were the one who were benefiting a lot because of this indentured labor. आउ आमे देखिले जे by 1838 already माने the people were conscious about the corruption and the ill treatment that was being meted out to these laborers. लोक माने बहुत complain करिबा आरंभ कर साथले it was being debated both British रे भी India रे भी तेनो you know it was like a safety valve ki okay this act is there, it will now help us, you know. You will see that owing to new policies and India रे भी गोटे push factor थिला हम Britishers आसला पर जो नुवा नुवा policies आस्थिले suppose permanent settlement act माने mostly you know people more than 90% of the people were illiterate during those period of time. तेनो गोटे गोटे चासी जे कि जाने भी तारो माने से कैलकुलेट भी करि परनी कि जे तारो एट द एंड केते रेवेन्यू केते ताको एबे टैक्स दबा तो पड़ेबो. आउ ओडिसा रे सपोज से चासीटा अछि कलिकता रो विलियम्स फोर्ट रे नोटिस से माने मार देखिबे जे एई लोकर आज जमी हमें जब्त करतो. दैट वाज द स्टेट ऑफ अफेयर्स. तुम हाथ भी पाइबनी तुम किछि करि परिबनी तेनो the state of affair was very poor. Permanent settlement act as a new forest laws as such जो कि tribals मानु को कि जो माने जो community माने forest product ऊपर तिष्ठि थिले से मान को अलाउ करा गलानी भीतर पसि परिबनी. ऑलरेडी एंडेमिक सब विभिन्न प्रकार रोग व्यापी थिला famines होथिला. Situation of India was terrible, so they started with tribes. मु तुमको कहली केमति छोटा नागपुर प्लाटी रो कहली लास्ट टाइम से माने tribes मान इंडेट करथिले but that was not a well maintained plan. You know, immigration started spreading from 1847 to 1917. 72 years पर्यंत people started moving from India to these Caribbean islands. 72 years is a, you know, it's more than a lifetime. And today when you talk about the Indian diaspora, कितने generation लोग जाइथिबे सेठी, just try to imagine. And here you will see that I mean last time we discussed about it, now that the tribes were not very good experienced in cultivation, they started inducting people basically South Indian from southern region and also from the Indo-Gangetic plains who were, you know, who had the rich experience of cultivation, and majority of them belong to the lower caste, and mostly 15% of them were Muslims. Sex ratio was completely imbalanced because जदि 20-30 टा मेल अछंती सेथु गोटे फीमेल थिबो. Majority were young men and they started breaking the, you know, the traditional forms of stratification system that we had. कास्ट हला ये हला म तुमको कहितली केमति जहाज रे गला बडकू गोटे बाध्य तमे कास्ट प्रैक्टिसेस टा को फॉलो करि परिबनी. आउ even discussed about the jahaji bhai concept. तेनो से जोटे नुवा bond formation होतला गोटे नुवा community bond. Now I am bonding with you not on the basis of caste. Caste was a traditional form of social stratification. My bonding is based on the fact that you are a co-passenger. तमे मो सहित travel करछ, तम suffering और मो suffering एका, तम life और मो life एका. That was the bonding. तेनो I mean normally देखिछे when you talk about modernity विषय रे कहइतली, when we talk about the pre-modern times, you know, the very idea of bonding हुआ कि friendship हुआ, it was based on caste or kinship basis. तमे कहा संगे तमे बेसी मिसिबो, तमे तम निज कास्ट ग्रुप रे लोकन संगे मिसितुला. If you know, if you start you know, interacting with somebody who belongs to a different caste group, maybe तमको people will have, you know, have objection to that. Kintu modern times, when you talk about friendship is not based on this caste or kinship lines. It's a modern phenomena. So you are doing away with your traditional forms of stratification. While choosing a friend, ତମେ ଆଉ ପଚାରୁଛ କି ତମର କାଷ୍ଟ କଣ କି ତମେ କୋଉ ଲାଇନ୍ ଅଫ୍ descent ରୁ ଆସିଛ? You don't do that. ସେଟା ଆମେ କରୁନି. So that's a traditional form of stratification that was being bombarded with this concept of this Jahaji Bhai emerging. So here you will also see that for women, जो स्त्री लोक माने भी जॉइन करथि, इट वाज अ न्यू एक्सपीरियंस. कारण तमे इमेजिन करो एबे तो वुमेन मानो को स्पेशली रूरल वुमेन से माने they have a paid job. आमे नॉर्मली कहू पेड एंड अनपेड जॉब. काम बहुत करंती बट दैट जो कामटा करंती दे आर नॉट पेड फॉर दैट. तेनो एठी तमे देखिबो जे for the first time, so it was a new experience for women because तांको हातरे किए तांको पैसा देथिला. That never happened for Indian women, at least. Some they were handed out the wages in their own hands. That was a new experience. So on the arrival, there was they were harshly treated. They suffered from isolation. Just imagine, ये जा जीवन रे केबे पानी भी देखि न थिबो, से 4-5 मास समुद्र रे चढ़ी की जाइथिबो, सेठी गला परे इट्स ए कंप्लीटली न्यू लैंड, किछि जणा नाही, काहा को जानिनी, एमती बैरक्स रे रहउची, माने जेमती डॉर्मिटरी भलिया, आ गोटे जगह रे एते क्राउडेड लोक पूरा समस्त माने गोटे क्राउडेड सिचुएशन रे अछंती. एंड मो पाख लोकटा से साउथ इंडियन हेई पारे, मो बिहारी हेले से गोटे तमिलियन हेई पारे, कि ओडिया हेले आउ ता पाखरे आउ गोटे के थिबो से गोटे स्ट्रेंज भाषा कहूची. टुडे वी आर अवेयर कि एटा ए लैंग्वेज सेटा सेई लैंग्वेज. रिमेंबर एटा जो कथा में 1800 समथिंग कथा कहूची, जतले कि इंडियन नेशनलिज्म, द कांसेप्ट दैट इंडिया इज अ नेशन, सेटा भी आसी नथिला. For a very long period of time, we used to think that Odisha is our nation. आमे ओडिया रे कथा कहूचे, आमे मो गां बाहर को जाइने. तेनो से जो इमेजिन कम्युनिटी कथा मो तुमको फर्स्ट क्लास रे कहिथिली, बेनेडिक्ट अंडरस्टैंड करो. गोटे नेशन केमिति फॉर्मेशन होची, हाउ ए नेशन इज फॉर्म, हाउ यू इमेजिन इट. आसे इमेजिनेशन टा को के हेल्प करची, मीडिया हेल्प करची. तमे पढुचो, तमे जानुचो कि हां एतिके कश्मीर कन्याकुमारी गोटे इंडिया बोली कहा जाउची, एटा अछि सेटा अछि, से आइडिया मानकर नथिला. तेनो इट वाज अ completely strange situation. And to add more to their problems, you will see that the ex-slaves, पूर्वरु जो माने slaves थिले, they were not happy with the situation, with the presence of Indians, because सेई माने कोन भाबिथिले slavery उठी गला, किंतु plantation employers मानकु तो दरकार पड़िबे ना लोक, तेनु आमे आहुरी हायर वेज तांकु मागी कि आमे सेई कामटा करिबु. But when Indians started arriving, and that too at such a सेमति किछि मॉनेटरी ये दिया हो नथला, तांकु लैंड पछरे दिया हला, माने तांगा 10 इयर सरला परे कि पूरा रहि गय जिबे जदि ताहले दिया हला. तेनु ए जो जिंसटा तांकु बहुत अबागिया लागितला, जे असुविधा, आमे दे स्टार्टेड बीइंग हॉस्टाइल कि माने काई आछुचंती. That was the thing. And there was always this nostalgia to go back home. Kintu the greatest hurdle was एते समय माने समुद्रटा जेमती गोटे सरीबनी, असरंती समुद्र. तेनु समुद्रटा को सबुठी अधिक डर लागुथिला. केमिति समुद्रटा पार केमिति हेबे, आखि आगे रे एडे बड़ विशाल काय समुद्र, मो साहस होउनी. जे 4-5 मास बसी की पड़ी आसिली, केते सांग मोर मरि जाई छंती, केते को फोपाडी के आसी, आ साहस होउनी जे पळेबी. That was one of the factors that retained them, कि से माने फेरिया को डरिले. Second, India रे situation एते भी भलो नाइ. It is a depressing experience because of the change in the policies, and जो माने भी जाई छंती पुनी फेरिया को आहुरी चेष्टा करछन, तांगा एक्सपीरियंस के बेते भलो हेइनी. And the planters, I mean the employers, they try to allure them back कि रहि जाओ, रहि गले आमे तमु 10 एकर जमी मिलिबो, तमु 10 पाउंड मिलिबो, एटा मिलिबो, सेटा मिलिबो. So these are the things that retained them. And if you talk about the experience of these Indians, मु तमु आरंभ रु कहली गोटे अनहाइजीनिक कंडीशन रे से माने आइसोलेटेड है कि पूरा रहि जंती with people who are not like them, तांको भाषा को नांती, ओटी नुआ ये कहउछंती. It was like starting everything anew. पुनी आउथरे मु स्टार्ट करूची मो लाइफ को. But the common hazardous work conditions brought them together. somehow धीरे धीरे मु तम भाषा बुझिया को लागिली जानिया को लागिली and हमर जो common situation of suffering it brought us together समस्त हमर से एका भलिया problem समस्त एका गति दे की जाउ छ and later on they were given the opportunity to buy land तमे जमी किना a great offer Indians मान को जमी टा गोटे बहुत बड़ा कथा because एई निज जमी थाई के भी इंडिया रे से माने आ चाष करि पर नथले because of the new policies of the British government it was a new thing for them and they found it quite lucrative and slowly formation of Indian identity was taking shape but it was difficult kahi ki difficult mane dekho hame east to jaiche pura western hemisphere where everything is so strange the people around me are so strange the it's the ideas that is floated there the western thought western values मु जो वैल्यू सिस्टम नै कि असली एठुटा अलगा प्रकार मते सब विचित्र और स्ट्रेंज लागुची और रिलीजन कहले क्रिश्चियनिटी वाज मोर डोमिनेंट तेनो एई सब जिंस को देखिला बेला को मते लागुची कि जे ना कोठी कोटे कोन माने असुविधा हेछि एंड आई समटाइम्स आई feel like going back but as I told you my situation is I'm not in a position where I can actually go back because Indian situation agri kharab it hele at least I have something in common then we will try to see that there was such an active role that was played by missionaries kaina eti dekho eti khali mane hindus jaithile और muslims jaithile and Christians hardly kehi jai nathile kahile chale kintu but the thing is that when they reached there there were these missionaries who were trying to work for spread of Christianity Christianity ro influence padila Christianity ro influence padla pare they started feeling ki acha agute nuwa cult it was in the making and that is how you will see that you started following new practices new religious practices there was agreement and disagreement over certain practices among the settlers but somehow they came together and mujo Indian identity katha kochi that Indian identity was based on these following themes it was ancient civilization because if you remember first class le mu tamku kahithili ki there is a difference between settlement society and civilization society settlement society is where societies like these Caribbeans joti ki lok mane migrate he ki settle karchanti America ta kona basically it is a land of migrants kintu ita civilization katha kochi it has a long history India as a civilization tenu तमे कि देखिबो कि जे एटी से माने कहउछंती जे the immigrants were illiterate but they were well educated in their own own cultural religious and moral tradition education माने हमें कोन बुझुछे education माने हमें western education बुझुने आमर system of education we were educated किंतु तांको लागुतला no these are uneducated तेनो एटी गोटे identity crisis होतला and at the same time माने every time we have traditional society रे सेतरु तो मीडिया नथिला कि तमभलिया लैपटॉप की कंप्यूटर टेलीविजन धरि कि से माने बसुथिले so for them entertainment was recitation of the epics रामायण महाभारत रु के कोठी सुनेला के गपटे कहला ये कहला that was the thing that Indians said and Ramayana Mahabharata it was a pan Indian epic एथरे ने के ओडिया माने जाने ना हंती सेटा खाली तमिलियंस जानि छथि समस्त एटा जानि छथि and these stories had wealth of information and moral values so it was like it was a point of it was a factor that helped in formation of the Indian identity and then if you look at the size of the total population Indians were majority and they had a significant population. If you look at that island, the countries like Trinidad or Suriname, everywhere with Jamaica, you will find Indians everywhere. Then the next was land. The decision to have land in lieu of free passes. समझ आओ नहीं? तम जीवाटा फ्री थिला तुमको आमे फ्री ले तुमको छाड़ी देई थांतु बट इफ यू फॉरगो दैट तुमको जमी मिलेबो सो दिस शिफ्ट फ्रॉम ए यू नो ट्रांजिएंट कि आज मोटे माइग्रेंट किंतु जो मोमेंट मो हाथ रे लैंड आसी गला मोटे परमानेंट सेटलर हे गली मोर कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़िला मोटे मेंबर ऑफ दैट सोसाइटी एनो जत्ते कि इंडियन सेठी थिले आउ जो मानो को लैंड गोटे मिली सारी ची गोटे परमानेंट सेटलर स्टेटस मिली सारी ची तांको पे एटा गोटे वैल्यूएबल एसेट थिला एंड दे स्टार्टेड यू नो having a village like phenomena कि अच्छा on the basis of ethnicity this village started forming कि अच्छा एति कि जण इंडियन जाई छंती कि एति कि ता भीतर ये अछंती सेई मानक भीतर हमें तियारी गोटे village formation हैला so the village formation it was what your text says it was a turning point in the history of Trinidad because these were uni-ethnic villages suppose किछटा ओडिया बहुत रे अछंती तेनु से ओडिया माने मिसी कि गोटे आगो विलेज कर देबे the process of Indian settling in rural areas were further helped by the fact that blacks were generally moving away from land related activities and here you will see that after almost 10 years of degrading industrial labor in cane cultivation the supervision used to be harsh they used to live in crowded barracks तेनो एठी तरह गोटे लैंड आसी गला गोटे गां आसी गला जो गां ता दे हैव बीन मिसिंग all these years it was like you know they created a mini India गोटे छोटो इंडिया ऑलरेडी तयारी हे जाय तेनो सेटा गोटे 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 फीलिंग ऑफ इंडियन आइडेंटिटी गोटे क्रिएट करी छी and then there were few events in India as indented labor kept on coming to Caribbean for closely 72 years तेनो एठी जो मु पूरा अलगा हे जाय छी से जो डरटा येटा सेटा नाही लोक आसु छथि लोक आम भलिया बहुत लोक आसीबे से माने रहिबे and the conditions were chaotic when they left India kintu very soon you know they start seeing that okay there are so many Indians and they are well settled and during this time what happened the revolt of 1857 against the Britishers was suppressed but the seeds of Indian independence were sown with it and here you will see that some Indian leaders were emerging on the Indian sea and they will become familiar with you know this concept like Gandhi was coming back idea of satyagraha is there you know gote mujhe tele कहली nationalism what is nationalism ta gote inborn trait nuhe why do I call myself an Indian because I have been told that I am an Indian मोर से जो कॉन्शियसनेस ता मो भीतर क्रिएट करा जाय छि राइट फ्रॉम द वेरी बिगिनिंग तमे जदि देखियो गोटे टेक्स्ट बुक गोटे स्कूल टेक्स्ट बुक रे हमको पढ़ा जायता है जे हमें वी हैव टू बी प्राउड ऑफ आवर कंट्री एंड द प्राउड नेशन बट बहुत पैट्रियोटिक टेक्स्ट थाए सेथिरे बट गोटे छोटा जिंस देखो सपोज पार्टीशन ऑफ इंडिया तमे हिस्ट्री टेक्स्ट बुक रे पढ़ि जाओ गोटे इवेंट हिस्ट्री रे पाकिस्तान भी पढ़ुछंती तमे भी पढ़ुछ हाउ डू यू रिलेट टू इट व्हाट इज द डिफरेंट इन द टेक्स्ट बट somehow gote geographical location re heichi gote historical location re अछि but we have two different narratives of hello सब बळे गोटे nationalistic orientation create करा जाय through media through your textbook through everything तेनो by this time already Indian nationalism had emerged माने खबर कागज रे ये रे पढुथिले तेनो से जो nationalistic feeling and creation of an Indian identity had already been created by this time then there were few political actions like you see that in Trinidad between 1880 and 1914 there was at least 18 major strikes on plantation estates by the Indian settlers 18 major strike କରୁଛନ୍ତି ମାନେ today they are no more you know that underconfident person who has traveled from India who doesn't know his destination this person is quite well conscious about his surrounding and is you know in charge of his life 18 strike already he said and this strike was being conducted by these Indians and these strikes कि नहीं हमें आउली वेज पे ये करिबा मैं या करिबा से या करिबा it was bringing these people together what is sort of जो trade unionism among these Indians so suffering का तांका भीतर पे common थिला this is the suffering so and at the same time you know there were this community formation already existed and then Indian family it is popularly believed that Indian families as compared to other ethnic groups were more stable जो माने भी माने सेठी फैमिली कॉलेज सेठी बाहर ले they were you know because our Indian concept is that once you are married forever. क्या भी ही जाओ. You know, they were one of the most stable forms of marriages, and that was the reason that made them very popular in those Caribbean islands. And mostly you will see that in most cases people had come as individuals leaving behind their members, their extended family. They badly needed a family, so they would rate a family on a very high scale. Second, migration sex ratio among them was highly imbalanced. They did not have elders who guide them, because Indians mane marriage के दिन सब arranged होता and it was arranged by the elders. Even niche, and mostly the travelers were young men and women. जोମାନେ भी travel करछन्ति ସେମାନେ decision टा भी निजे नउछन्ति. So third, they did not have elders to guide them, and in spite of the situation, the Indians did not allow any inclination to marry outside the community, especially among the blacks. Indian माने Indian मानक भितरे ही बाहाबाक चेष्टा कले, से माने प्रथमे avoid करथिले. So the Indian families evolved over the years and were basically nuclear, but retained a joint family model. And ये concept of neighborhood टा भी धीरे धीरे grow करछि, तक family solidarity जहाँ जहाँ ritual से मैंने follow करी थांते थी, तो सब से मैंने चेष्टा करी take up करिया. Then films and musics by 1930s, they were popular music from India, and एबे भी तमे एबे भी जदि देखिबो ये जो Caribbean islands रे हला कि Fiji रे हला, Bollywood is very popular among these people of Indian origin. And then religious activity. Most Hindu religious traditions were observed by these family members. जहाँ भी normally परिखांते से कैसे मैंने करथुले devotional songs गाइबा, रामायण पाठ करिबा, these all Gita पाठ करिबा, these all were carried out. And the Indians may have gone to the Caribbean from different regions, but they could realize that there is some homogeneity among them. भाषा अलग था, सब region अलग था, but that they are Indians by this time they had already realized. And then the food, what you call the cuisine, was one of the strongest identity markers. Indian food, आमे जेमति देखो आमे जेते सब cooking रे लगो, दुनिया रे आउ को part रो लोक माने एते सब रंधा रंधी करंती. Our distinctive style of eating with all spices, our taboo for certain food across India, vegetarianism ho ki chaha ho, so that it was binding them together. कि अच्छा अच्छा एक commonality अछि. से तमिलियन को भाषा बुझेनी, मु किछि बुझेनी, किंतु मु जानि छि से आम भलिया. That person is like us. So that was binding the Indians together in the group. Okay. So these are the points we have already discussed: political action, Indian family, music and films, religious activity and cuisine. Now we will talk about the next region, that is the continent of Africa. Caribbean islands, things were better. At least there was not much hostility. There was some kind of harmony that developed among the Indians and the blacks, and somehow life kept going on. And but you will see that the diasporic situation in Africa was completely different. And here, by Africa, I mean the entire continent of Africa. The Pakapaki jo island we achieve, we are also taking that into consideration. Today you will see that Mauritius the island achieve Indian Ocean, which belongs to the continent of Africa, I think. There you will see that majority of its population are Indians. A substantial number are there in Western Indian Ocean Islands and Eastern Africa. Especially Western Africa, Indian Ocean side जो African part था, जिसे ऊपर जहाँ भी islands अच्छे, जिसे तमें बहुत Indians पाएगा, because it was easier for them to travel from India. Then Eastern part of Africa, सेठी जो माने जाइए से माने construction workers सेठी जाइए to construct railway lines into the interior forests and mountains, and even you will find a considerable number of free passengers जो माने कि as traders जाइए, because the trade relation with Africa was there since ancient times. Scenario of South Africa was different because when Indians reached there, they were completely sandwiched between the blacks and whites. So the apartheid discrimination, racial discrimination था इतने चलता between black and white जे, Indians were completely sandwiched between them. And one of the greatest connection with South Africa is Mahatma Gandhi. South Africa will always will have its obligations for Indians and especially for Mahatma Gandhi because he was the one who first, brought these wave of liberation there. And Mahatma Gandhi, he used, he initiated those strategies which he later on used in India. The strategies of non-cooperation, civil disobedience, satyagraha, peaceful protest, these were certain strategies which he was experimenting there in South Africa. 1920 बड़े से already से experiment सेठी करि सारथिले. And the racial discrimination against Indian became a sentimental issue. There is a lot of sentimental today. If you talk about Mahatma Gandhi to South Africa or about Indians, they will have a special corner in their heart. Then there you will see that there was this Asiatic Land Tenure Act that came up in 1946, known as Ghetto Act, and it came into force in 1946. It कौन ना तमे जोटी से इटी तमे you cannot settle. It's like तमे ये areas रे Asian माने basically Indians माने तमे रहिबो. Even during the 1950s, the Congress government came out in support for Indians. Congress government रो special affiliation थिला for South Africa because of the Gandhi connection. Because Mahatma Gandhi, initiated his struggle from there. Congress was always very sympathetic to South Africa rather than other aspects of Africa. It was not very bothered. In South Africa, it was a bit sentimental. You see that once India raised the issue of human rights concerns for Indians in South Africa at the UN. And it was a concern for the settlers, and at the same time, it was not only for the settlers as well. It was for all the, the black community as well who were being racially discriminated by the whites. And Nehru, was during that time Nehru was advising other Indian settlers in rest of Africa to mingle their identity, their aspirations with the Africans. But when, in case of South Africa, he spoke specially for South Africa, and because of that, he even, sabotaged his diplomatic relations with South Africa. So the above consideration, it brought in a shift in India's policies, and it started supporting the blacks along with Indians. Yeah, आग आरंभ कले Indians कमे, but तांको लागला कि जदि मु खाली एटी Indians मानक कथा कहिबी, ताहले मते त अफ्रीका रे एते Indians केनिया रे उगांडा रे सबठी कंप्लेन करूछंती, and I cannot accommodate them. तेणु से सांगे सांगे सेटा को पूरा डिस्कोर्स से पूरी ब्लैक मानक को भी इंक्लूड कर देले. And then you will see that in 1946, during the interim prime ministership, Nehru broke all diplomatic ties with South Africa. There is a interim period पे prime minister है कि सब diplomatic ties भांगी देले because he believed that South Africa was not treating Indians properly. And there has always been a gap between the Indians of South Africa and other colored people. It was not that normally तमे जेमति देखिबो कि Trinidad हैला कि Caribbeans रे हैला, the hostility between the black and the Indians was not that much. They got assimilated, somehow Indian identity retained हैला, but they became very much a part of that Caribbean culture. Kintu South Africa रे, the Indians stood out. It is black, white and browns. They were all three different segments who were not to interact or intermingle with each other. Then we will talk about East African PIOs. This PIO is people of Indian origin. East Africa. East Africa, you have those countries like Kenya, Uganda, which was actually, many Indians traveled during this period of time, during the colonial period. And there, in eastern parts of Africa, you will mostly find that there has been traders since ancient times. And traders mane सबुबले जाउथले basically from Gujarat and Punjab regions. They used to go to Africa for trading relations. And Kilwa was a port there, and it was very important for them because sei bataru hi mane entry korthile. And if you look at ତାଙ୍କର native language Swahili language रे तमे देखिबो कि there is a good amount of Gujarati and Punjabi words that has been interspersed. बहुत Punjabi Gujarati word मिसिकी अछि because of the influence of these Gujaratis and Punjabis during the ancient times. तापर तमे देखिबो the POI since the 1920s they were active and they had organized themselves under the leadership of Jeevan Ji, who was a leader there. And Jeevan Ji, he wanted to link up all all the Indian diaspora community in Africa with mainland India. But you will see that there was this policy of paramountcy of natives that was announced, and it started, keeping the POIs from inheriting any kind of political power. Mane, it was a bit, unjust to the people of Indian origin in Africa because they believed that Indian mane tame contest kari paribani, tame konosi political power hathaku nei paribani. That was the, the motive behind this policy. And then during the decolonization phase, Nehru entrusted Abba Saheb to extort PIO to lead the freedom struggle and accept the leadership of black community. So, Nehru was, Nehru janile che basic kichi kori hobani, and there was this entire African consciousness coming up. And that's the reason they believed कि तमे black community leadership को accept करनी है, तमे निजर identity mingle कर दिया अफ्रीका संगे, no problem in it. In 1967, Kenyaization of economy started. माने गोटे केनिया रे कोन हला ना से माने मो लास्ट टाइम तुमको बोधे ट्वाइस माइग्रेंट्स तो कथा कहिथि जे केनिया और उगांडा स्पेशली दीस टू कंट्रीज तांको पॉलिसी से माने एभले अडॉप्ट करले जोथरे कि they did not wanted Indians to stay there or work there. तम पाखे माने तम बेसिकली इंडियंस मानको सिटीजनशिप कोन थिला तांको पाखे ब्रिटिश पासपोर्ट थिला, ब्रिटिश सिटीजन थिले बिकॉज़ आमे ओटे कॉलोनियल टाइम से सेठी की जाइथिले. तेनु जहार केनिया रो पासपोर्ट नाही, जहा पाखे ब्रिटिश पासपोर्ट अछि, बेसिकली दीज इंडियंस जो माने आसी छंती, तमे जदि एठी रहिया को चाहबो तमको ओटे वर्क परमिट दरकार और रेसिडेंस परमिट दरकार. तमरो प्रॉपर्टी थाउ न थाउ इट डजंट मैटर, तम प्रॉपर्टी थिले भी you will not be allowed to stay here anymore. So to this the Indian government requested the POIs to hand over their British passport and accept Kenyan passport. कि तमे Kenyan passport नहीं जाओ, तमे British passport surrender कर दियो. But to this many did not agree. कहना गोटे से जो feeling थिला कि अच्छा black community संगे आमे Indians भी same ही जिवु. Because काली की से दरकार पड़ले हम झियो मानको हमको अफ्रीकन लोगों को बाहा दबा पड़िबो. They were not ready to set off their Indian identity, and that was the reason why twice migration हैला. तमे देखिबो सेही टाइम रे तले 60s रे केनिया और उगांडा तांकर ए सब पॉलिसी जानिले बहुत गुडे इंडियंस जो माने थिले से माने चेष्टा कले ब्रिटेन को माइग्रेट पुणी हे जिबा को, नले कनाडा छाडी के पळेले, ऑस्ट्रेलिया पळेले. इंडिया बहुत कम फेरिले बिकॉज़ इंडिया रे सिचुएशन एपर भी ठीक नथिला. And Uganda कथा भी कहूँ during the reign of Idi Amin. Idi Amin was an autocrat, he was a dictator, and same policy was adopted against Indians. But in both cases, the Indian state did not take any radical action. इंडियन स्टेट ना किसी इनफॉर्म माने किसी कहला कि जे केनिया कि उगांडा को नहीं तुम सेमती करि परिबनी तुम कहले हम डिप्लोमेटिक रिलेशंस रखिबनी कि हम वॉर करिबो एमती किसी ड्रास्टिक रेडिकल स्टेप इंडियन स्टेट नेलानी तो इंडियन स्टेट वाज रेडी टू अलाउ कि अच्छा जो माने इंडिया को रीसेटल करिया को चाहछथि जो पीपल ऑफ इंडियन ओरिजिन जो माने अछंती से माने फेरी आसी पारंती एंड तांको सब फैसिलिटीज दिया जिवो किंतु बेसी लोक इंडिया फेरिलेनी बेसी गले ब्रिटेन कनाडा एंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया because that was considered to be a land of opportunity. Now we will talk about the people of Indian origin in Francophone Africa. So Francophone Africa रे को country जेमति Mauritius हला, Madagascar हला, Seychelles हला, Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Senegal एवढा तो सब Francophone Africa रो part थिला because it was also part of the French colony. The Reunion Island, it was a French colony and it is not an independent country and it has considerable number of Indian population. And most French colonies have lost their identities because of assimilation except Mauritius. Mauritius ta bhi French colony thila initially. Kintu majority जो French colonies they were actually forcing people कि नहीं तुम French culture take up करिवो तुम एमतिया खाइबो तुम एटा प्रैक्टिस करिवो सेटा करिवो तेनो assimilation टा एते जोर हेछि जे सेठी आ इंडियन की फ्रेंच आ very difficult to identify. So the original identity of POIs, people of Indian origins or Africans or Chinese, जो माने भी migrants है it was their ethnic, their identity was lost, original identity, because they were trying to acculture them in a French way, and there was a hegemonic dominant French culture that was available. But today, in recent times, one can witness that there is a revival of Hindu religion in those places. With growing number of ashrams, temples everywhere, one can see a revivalism of Hinduism. It's coming up quite soon. And we will talk about Mauritius. Why? Because Mauritius is a special case because majority of the population they are Indians. Around 68% of its population are Indian, and most of the time they came. No, एबे कहि परिबेनी, but बहुत रे time रे people of Indian origin have been the prime ministers or they have held important positions in Mauritius because 68% include Indians also. It was earlier a French colony, but in 19th century it was captured by Britain. So it has a POI-led government because since its independence, आज पर्यंत सबले people of Indian origin ही से government को lead करछुनी. Most of the time से तमे देखिबो कि जे सब बड़े से तारा prime minister, president ए माने सब Indian से था Mauritius. And Mauritius was the first country where Nehru was appointed as the High Commissioner during his interim prime ministers. And Mahatma Gandhi also visited it in 1902 from South Africa. And Gandhi always maintained that POIs, that people of Indian origin, and if you want to stand out, तुमको जदि एटी prosper करिवार अछि, भलो करिवार अछि, then you have to educate yourself and your children. तमे एमती बिना education केबे केही तम सेही जो status ता मिलिबानी because it is after all an alien country. Keep yourself educated, try to remain politically active, power grasp करी की चेष्टा करो, because that is how you can remain in the group. Then we will look at the case of Central Africa. Central Africa, the population of Indians, migrated Indians, is quite small. Here the Indians they did not strive for a special position. जेहेतु तांकर population बहुत कम थिला, so मैं नाउ किछ चेष्टा करले कि हमको एटा दिया जाओ, शेयर दिया जाओ, जोटा कि conflict हेछि सब जगह रे. तमे ईस्टर्न अफ्रीका रे देखो कि तमे जो आइलैंड टाउन रे देखिबो ए सब conflict हेछि. So Central Africa रे एथि पे हेनी because the people of the Indian origin they were actually, what do you see, they were few in numbers, they never aspired for something big. They were extorted from the very beginning by Appa Pant and his successor Indian High Commissioner Nirmaljit Singh to fight with black African nationalists. If you look at Zimbabwe hela, to POIs have fought along with Africans. जोठी racism थिला, racial discrimination थिला, जोठी whites माने oppress करथुले blacks माननको, Indians माने ए सेंट्रल अफ्रीका रे सब बड़े black community रा सहयोग करछन्ति. They have fought along with them. In Mozambique, Portuguese ruler took Indians. Mostly Portuguese rule thila Goa re. So you will find that many Hindus from Goa, they have traveled to Mozambique. And when Goa was liberated, these POIs were imprisoned because emanku Portuguese mane nahi ki asthile. These people of Indian origins, they were imprisoned, and but there you will see that they have overcome that crisis and they still maintain their Indian identity. The major concern of Indian state was to see, there were certain issues regarding identity in Africa. So Indian state केमिति से issues को नहीं कि respond करा. तमें यदि देखियो background यारा, Africans were actually not happy कि POI जो माने भी people of Indian origin थे, से माने Indian government रो response को नहीं कि they were never happy in the initial years. Because same time रे थिला, तमारो Indian state रो major concern that if colonial government gave equal rights to POIs. माने अच्छा, suppose Britishers माने गोटे जगह रे rule करछन्ति, से गोटे African country रे कि आउ गोटे को जगह रे, सेठी Indian मानको जो right मिलुची, अन्य migrants मानको कि ताको native मानको से right टा मिलुची कि नाही, से जिनसटा जगुथला state. And POIs were mostly asked to join blacks and become one with them. नेहरू सबले अपील कले कि तमे African community सहित तमे black community सहित निजर identity मिसेई दियो, सेतरे किछि असुविधा नाही. And during the post-colonial phase, you will see that the Indian state realized that dual loyalty of POIs doesn't help. कि जदि सब टाइम रे इंडियन गवर्नमेंट कोन करथिबो ना POI को अपील करथिबो, तमे एटा करो सेटा करो, सेते बेले कोन हबो, माने से जो अफ्रीकन कंट्री रो भी डिप्लोमेटिक रिलेशन इंडिया से तो खराब हे जिवो, जे ये बहुत इंटरफियर करूची, इंटरवीन करूची, आ POI से टाइम रे ते इन्वेस्ट भी करू नथिले. एनो इंडियन स्टेट को लागथिला कि जे हां एते ताकर इन्वेस्टमेंट भी नाही, आ डिप्लोमेटिक रिलेशंस भी खराब हे जिवो, तेनो से बेसी इंटरवीन करू नथिले with the state of affairs of the POIs. And the POIs were not too confident of the intervention of Indian state. कि हाँ Indian state को कैसे दरकार पड़ला हमको rescue करके नहीं जीवो कि युद्ध कर दबो. They never had this expectation because they were not confident of it. Then you will see that the concern for POIs changed after 1998. They were referred to as Mini India. 98 for there was a new change with liberalization coming up. We started looking at the POIs in a new form. You will see that Jawaharlal Nehru could visualize the complex situation in Africa. So his policy for POIs in Burma was different from that of Africa. Africa, he was trying to make certain statements कि एटा करो सेटा करो. But Burma situation ahuri olga thila. We will discuss about Burma when we take up Southeast Asia. So, but a common policy for all the diaspora communities, for all Indians, for all POIs, that was never taken up by the Indian government. But you will see that the BJP state, they had a different stance with respect to the POIs as far as foreign policy was concerned. Now, that was the state of Africa. Africa रे हमें देखिले कि जे different. South Africa case is different. East Africa case is different. Central Africa is different, and the Francophone islands, जो कि Indian culture एबे भी dominant अच्छे और retain ही अच्छे, that was also different. So Africa, कहले it was not a homogeneous experience for the diaspora community. It has so many myriad cultural forms coming up, and at the same time कोठी state टा बहुत hostile, कोठी accommodate करिछि, कोठी करेनी, ताकू नै कि cultural patterns गुडाक develop करिछि India रो, Indians मान. Now coming to the South Asia and Southeast Asia part, you will see that Indian diaspora ଗୋଟେ କିଛି ମାନେ BJP time रे ଗୋଟେ concept ଆସିଲା look east. Look east माने कोन? Anybody? କହିପାରିବ? No? So basically our focus सबबळे west थिला. एठी जिवा एटा करिवा ये करिवा. We started promoting new strategies and economic ties with Pacific Asia Pacific जोटा कि हमर के पाखरे थिला, but आमे सबबळे गोटे western माने फेस थिलु. So the Lucas policy was actually hinting that you can have stronger trade relationship with the Asian tigers जोटा कि हमें कहूं, like nations like Malaysia, Thailand, I think. No, it's Thailand, Myanmar, who were actually doing good economically. And you will see that after partition, the situation was very complex. Suppose India Pakistan का partition है ना, many Indians will be Hindus. They came to Pakistan. The Muslims Pakistan को गले, there were exchange of people. तेणु एठी देखिबो तमे both side of the border they were noted as diaspora. Indians Pakistan को Pakistan India को आसिले, तेणु से माने भी तो diaspora को हबना. So if you look at the Indian diaspora is not as affluent in USA and Canada, but in Thailand, Singapore and Philippines it is quite good. The diaspora community was the one it has historically supported us. तमे जे देखिबो नेताजी सुभाष बोस जो तांकर army ready करथिले, because he was exiling from this country. से बाहर जाए कि से जो डायस्पोरा कम्युनिटी रो हेल्प नहीं थी, पीपल ऑफ इंडियन ओरिजिन तांकर हेल्प नहीं की, एटा सब करथिले. एंड बट अगेन साउथ ईस्ट एशिया रो जिनसटा बहुत माने बहुत वैरायटी अछि सेते. तमे देखिबो बर्मा केस रे इंडियंस माने को बर्मी सिटीजनशिप दिया है नहीं. Even if बहुत आगु इंडिया और बर्मा गोटे kingdom रे माने prior to the British rule भी माने it was not completely separated. Their properties, once the Britishers left, Burmese they started feeling that we are ethnically different from the Indians, and their properties were nationalized, and India was able to restrain military rules. India डोरिला माने in the sense कि military rules तंकु against नबा, तांको against किछि गोटे radical step नबा कोन करा जिवो से देखुछन इंडियन माने हैरान होछन. इंडियन को सिटीजनशिप दिया जाउनी, तांकर जहा प्रॉपर्टी अछि तांको सब ए माने जब्त कर दोछंती. घर जमी बाड़ी इंडियंस मानकर सब गवर्नमेंट नहीं जाउची, एंड इंडियंस आर आस्क्ड टू लीव, जस्ट सिंपली लीव. But the Indians government did not take much action. It was a matter of surprise for all the diaspora community. But Indian state रा ये या थिला जे माने को कहा को ओपन जति मु POIs को ओपन कर देबी ताले कि मोरे पाकिस्तानी भी आसीबे से तमन को ऑलरेडी रिलेशनशिप जते खराब अछि मु एतरा संभाळी परिबिनी, because you have Indians all around, and जोटी radical step दरकार परछि इंडियन गवर्नमेंट से तबले बेसी drastic step किछि नहीं. And interestingly you will see कि Burma, which was a very rich country, and with the eviction of Indians, Burma became a poor country, because जति के rich Indians थिले से समस्त को तांको प्रॉपर्टी जब्त करके समस्त को बाहर करथला. But after that it turned out to be a poor country, and things started changing with liberalization. India's policy changed when we needed foreign direct investment, FDIs, And it was during Atal Bihari Vajpayee's time when we started talking about the Prabasi Bharatiya Divas. I think last class I पढ़ी 1999 there was this PIO card, People of Indian Origin card issue କରାଗଲା जोथिरे कि we started talking about people of Indian origin तांको NRI status दिया जाओ. तुमको last class में कहती कि जे NRI is how people of Indian origin भितर difference अच्छी. People of Indian origin they belong to the old diaspora and NRIs were the recent ones. किछिटा legal differences हमें करिबा एबे discuss करिबा. I will talk to you about the categorizing of Indian diaspora. कितने category रो Indian diaspora हेई पारे. Okay. So, when you talk about the categories, there is this NRI and this PIO, sorry. NRI ta kono? Na, they are the non-resident Indians. So, there was this FEMA Act, or Foreign Direct Exchange Act. And it was passed in 1999. And here you will see that it defined an NRI as a person with an Indian passport holder. Indian passport thibo, who stays outside India for more than 182 days in a financial year. See, 182 days ta consecutive nahele bi chalibo. Kintu at least 182 days mein se bahare rahithibo outside India. POIs ko mane POI से माने जो मानकर एटलीस्ट पेरेंट्स की ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स जो माने कि केबे गोटे सिटीजन रही आछंती इंडिया by virtue of Constitution of India or Citizenship Act 1955. An NRI will become a POI if he or she acquires citizenship of another country. NRI मानकर पूरा citizenship न थाई जोंते मुतरे एटा देखो से old law. Now things have changed. So in मुहूर्तरे NRI टा POI हेजिबो जेतरे तार citizenship आसीजिबो. But now after 2004 we have got this act for dual citizenship. India केबे भी dual citizenship history रे promote करनी सब बड़े it has tried to avoid it, but in 2004 after liberalization we have taken up this concept of dual citizenship. Now we don't have a problem कि तुम एठिकार citizen and at the same time एठिकार citizen because both things can be managed. Then you will see that there is another concept. Persons resident in India, PRI, it's PIO thila, it's PRI, and overseas Indians. PRI are those citizens who go abroad for higher studies or employment, but they do not have the direct intention of staying there forever. तमें खाली के higher studies में तमें विदेश कर लो, सिटी पाठ पढ़ लो, सिटी ये करो. You will be considered the PRIs. Overseas Indians को माने overseas Indians, they are, this concept actually came up during the 20th century, and you will see that by this time the plight of Indian immigrants overseas brought a political pressure against the British Empire. And Indians chariade, amku British India कहूଥିଲେ. Indians and overseas Indians, both Indians were subject of the British rule. तेनो जोठी भी Indians थिले, तम से कि देखिबा जे या तो overseas Indians, जोटा British rule under रे आसुथिला. So that is how we started distinguishing between these different forms of PRI and overseas Indians. And normally you will see that the term PIO and NRI has been interchangeably used by the government of India in many parliamentary debates, but these are two different categories of migrant Indians. It includes immigrants under British colonial system, indentured labor, free passage migrants. And migrants तो बहुत प्रकार होते हैं ना, जो माने the Southeast Asia migrants, the Caribbean countries migrants, जो माने निज इच्छा रे जाइथिले ट्रेड करिया को से माने भी गोटे प्रकार माइग्रेंट. तो POIs रे समस्त आसीबे. And now this idea, it is very difficult to distinguish between different varieties of diaspora, different varieties of migrants, because kahaku neki government ko policy take up karibo taku neki bhi bahut confusion thila. And what was the problem with Indian diaspora? You will see that Indian diaspora ର ଅସୁବିଧା ଏଇଆ ଥିଲା ଯେ ପ୍ରଥମ କଥା ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବି ସେମାନେ ଚାହୁଁଥିଲେ ଯେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆନ ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ ତାଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ କିଛି steps ନଉ, government actually couldn't do much because there was a lot of confusion regarding dual nationality. Suppose आमे कहबा कि जे बहुत अफ्रीकान्स माने तेरे असुविधा रे थिले से माने कहले हमको डुअल नेशनलिटी दिया जाए, आमे एठी भी रहबो दरकार पड़ले सेठी भी रहबो. Government would say कि no, हमें पूरा सेटा हैंड ओवर कर दियो. The moment you completely hand over the citizenship of one country, you can only get the citizenship. You can Indian citizenship मिलियो provided you hand it over. Dual citizenship पे करेगा. Because तको डर ये थिला जे if a PIO, people of Indian origin, has inherent right to apply for citizenship, then they have to allow citizenship to Pakistanis and Bangladeshis as well, who were really seeking Indian citizenship. ଏବେ ତମେ ଦେଖ citizenship act को नहीं कि एते जो problem होची, try to reread it. Citizenship act सेबेका टाइम रे कोन हेतला PIO को नहीं कि issues. So many confusion and nuances will be coming up. Maybe we can take up these issues once we are done with this complete course, completely. And you will see that Indians, they have migrated from India to different parts of the world at various stages. Kota voluntary migration thila, kota involuntary migration thila. You have POIs, PIOs, you have NRIs, you have PRIs, you have stateless persons of Indian origin, जो माने को कौन citizenship नहीं, illegal migrants. So the present government's classification of overseas Indian communities to Indian citizens, PIOs, stateless persons can be referred to as Indian diaspora. So diaspora टा गोटे umbrella टा. Diaspora कहबी माने ए सब category will be included. मोने diaspora भितर मु कहा को मीन करूची. That is again it's a multi-layered complex thing. तो आपको policy कहाँ पे applicable और कहाँ पे होगा. So it doesn't apply for the entire diaspora community. You know, diaspora टा एक simple जिनिस नहीं. हाँ उटे लोग को migrate करके पढ़ीची. But the thing is, से केबे करीची, वो time रे करची, वो ठीक जाइतला, वो reasons को नहीं थला. याको नहीं कि कितने categorization now कितने forms of diaspora community है करे. That we have to think. I think you will see that Southeast Asian regions reported. Overseas Indians, they invited their families to their countries of settlement and started family-owned shops. They built roads, port facilities, thila. POIs, they were a significant number in Burma, and they were also involved in money lending and bureaucracy. They also worked, put a important post and position. So the native लोगों को लगा कि okay, these are the people who are actually taking our share. School teacher to आरंभ करे कि officers, watchmen, professors, you find Indians everywhere. They were in the bureaucracy, they were in all kinds of jobs. That was the thing. And pura families, they had entire families, so generations of Indians coming up. These are some of the peculiar problems that Indians faced across the borders. Then in South Asia, Sri Lanka, for example, they have again a large number of PIOs. Here they are called Indian Tamils, people of Indian. बहुत Tamilians से migrate करके जाए थे. तमें यदि देखी जानी थी वो LTTE, Liberation of Tamils, नहीं कि जो group था now it has been demolished. It was like running a parallel state. In Nepal, the skilled and unskilled laborers, ସେମାନଙ୍କୁ मधेसियास कहते West Asia रे देखिबो Kuwait, कि large Indian immigrants अछंती थिले. Both skilled and unskilled, जोटा कि oil boom time रे से मैंने जाई छंती, सेठी सेटल कर छंती, पूर्वर भी जाई थिबे for trading relations. I think that there was this movie, this Akshay Kumar movie Airlift. It was on this POIs, this Kuwaiti POIs, जो माने कि बहुत generation हला सेटल कर छंती, and the Indian state doesn't know how to deal with it, but still it tries to. That is what is shown in the movie. So you'll have, you have their drivers, you have nurses, you have housemaids. This is how last class we were talking about feminization of migration of these immigrants Indians. ता पूर्व स्त्री लोक माने एते migrate करनथले women बहुत अल्प migrate करथले into these what you say plantation sites. But जो Middle East ये खुली गला और Western context in 1970s ପରେ you had these things coming up for women and they cannot bring their family here. Talk about Kuwait or these countries. Bachelor alone can stay on permanent temporary contracts. They were not allowed to settle permanently. तेणु सेठी situation अलगा थिला West Asia रे. खाली एशिया कहले भी विभिन्न प्रकार एशियन कम्युनिटीज को कम्युनिटी रे कोठी इंडिया केमती ट्रीटेड होची को प्रकार इंडियन बहुत या भितर डाइवर्सिटी अछि. Then Indian diaspora in South Asia. Here you will see that there are a lot of ethnic groups. The Punjabis, Nepalis, thile, Gujarati, thile, Sindhis, Biharis, Marwari. They were spread out to all parts of South Asia. Their ethnicity was very ancient. It was there, and they were not monolithic. माने आरंभ भी तुमको काली कहछि जे तेरे Indian कहि दउछि which part of India. Suppose हाँ आम गोटे वेस्टर्न तुम सपोज ऑस्ट्रेलिया रे अछि तुम गोटे ऑस्ट्रेलियन कहछि ओके आई एम वेरी फॉन्ड ऑफ इंडियन फूड सेठी मुंडरे बसिबो कि अच्छा इंडियन फूड माने कोन से पंजाबी खाइबा को कहछि कि तमिलियन कहछि गोटे अन्य देश रे जेते यूनिफॉर्मिटी अछि गोटे एथनिक क्विजिन एटा हमर केते गुडे प्रोविंस को नै कि केते गुडे एथनिक क्विजिन हम ओडियन को कथा कहले हम पखाड़ा कथा कहबा हम रसगोल्ला कथा कहबा पंजाबी को कथा कहले हम ये आउ कोन कहबा these things vary. When you say Indians, there is no homogeneous monolithic identity for an India. So here you will see that the British colonial masters had facilitated the movement of Indian diaspora. से माने indentured labor system को evolve करिवारे बहुत हेल्प करले कि से जो कंगानी सिस्टम जोटा कि साउथ इंडियंस टू नै कि लोक जाउथिले ताको भी ये कले and finally they were transferred sovereignty to the natives. बहुत nationality रो लोक सेठी थिले इंडिया थिले पाकिस्तान रो बांग्लादेश श्रीलंका भूटान नेपाल Maldives emerged as separate independent nations. The regions of Bengal and Punjab semane सब mainland center nationalist movement रह गले. So nations have tried to establish separate identity. ସେମାନେ bifurcate ହେଇଛନ୍ତି mainland को सेठी पुनी diaspora creation ହେଇଛନ୍ତି से diaspora पुनी आउ कोठी ଯାଇଛନ୍ତି. So there is a it's completely South Asia टा territory of India टा कि itself diasporic. बर्मा कथा कहबा बर्मा टा ब्रिटिश इंडिया रा पार्ट थिला 1824 to 1937. Okay, for more than 100 years and ruled from Calcutta. It was ruled from Calcutta and New Delhi. There are centers of माने British centers थिला जोथरे कि ताको metropolitan offices माने rule करथले from Calcutta and New Delhi. के बर्मा रे जे कि बस नथिले. So तम काली भी कहथि last class जे Rangoon was the favorite destination for Odia migrants also. So Britishers encouraged Indian farmers laborers जाओ बर्मा रे काम करो बहुत काम अछि एठी प्लांटेशन माने सेठी कंस्ट्रक्शन साइट्स अछि सेठी बहुत लेबर दरकार पड़ुतला. Large scale immigrants of Indians went to Burma and they settled there. But Burma independent जत्ते बड़े हैला Burma तांको देखो 100 वर्ष ऊपर it was a part of British India. It was part of Indians. Indians have cultivated their lands, worked in their industries, they have given everything to that country. किंतु सी ताकू केबे निजर करि पारनी. बर्मा को लागिला कि जे ना ए माने foreigners. And again that it was the Indians were an eyesore for the Burmese because आरंभ हम डिस्कस करछे जे Indians were quite prosperous and they held property and they were affluent people there. But when Burma became independent, they nationalized the businesses of the Indians. They took away their property, and similarly, Sri Lanka takes them. Sri Lanka was also governed from Madras during the colonial period till 1802. There was frequent movement of people from Madras to Colombo. That's the reason you will find so many Tamilians there. The Tamilians they stayed back there. Sri Lanka discriminated them from the Sinhalese and projected them again as illegal immigrants. से किसी सेटा निजर कर पाला से कहला माने एठी देखो इंटीग्रेशन टा हैला कैरिबियन केस रे कोन हैला इंडियंस को इंटीग्रेटेड विद द ब्लैक कम्युनिटी से मिसी कि से एथनिक आइडेंटिटी निजर रखिले कि हॉस्टिलिटी हैलानी they became a part of that multicultural Trinidadian society को कि ताकर तमे out society को they became a part of it किंतु बर्मा हैला श्रीलंका हैला से माने जदि बा Indians were contributing so much to the bureaucracy से माने to their economy that did not take it as a contribution they believed कि अच्छा ये हमको exploit करछंती सो हमर जति के शेयर थिला इमान को मिल जाई छी similarly large population in Nepal. Tarai region of Nepal, they were considered alien. Indians treat Himalayan mountain ranges as sacred and sacrosanct on religious ground and have been visiting Nepal since a very long time. तमे जेबे भी जे माउंट एवरेस्ट चढ़ाई को जीवो से नेपाल थ्रू रे ही जीवो तो सोशियो इकोनॉमिक इंटरेक्शन विद नेपाल इज डीप रूटेड and overwhelming that isolation of Indians from Nevaris or Gurkhas and all possible links are there. Moreover, तमे जदि देखिबो Janakpur and Viratnagar regions are inhabited by these Nepalis and they play a very important role in the national life of the country. And South Asia has always been influenced by Indian way, Indian culture, religion, their marriages, their everything. But ethnic identity ta sabbale maintained heji South Asia, and it's a common trend in South Asia to criticize India at various forums to project their own separate identity. It's sabbale heyi asiji. Indian diaspora ame kebe mane seta dekho Indian subcontinent ame jota even say Indian subcontinent bhitere bhi there was so much of traction. से माने सब बड़े निजर सेपरेट आइडेंटिटी को assert करिया को they have always criticized India. Indian diaspora in South Asia have suffered because of irrationality in nation building and the integrationist perspective of the governments. Suppose Bangladesh रे को, नेपाल रे को, पाकिस्तान रे को, श्रीलंका रे को, एटी किछि ओटे nationalist drive रे ताकर प्रॉब्लम हे नहले जोठी वेस्टर्न हेमिस्फीयर को जाय कि से माने कैरिबियन आइलैंड रे सेटल करि पाले कि निज घर पाखे रह कि भी पारलानी से जिंस in all those countries a particular ethnic or religious group they always wanted to establish their their dominance in the political system and they had these patriarchal ideas of discrimination on caste is सब जिंस सब बड़े थिला तो तमे देखो Sinhalese versus Tamilians बाहरिले कोठी श्रीलंका रे Hindus versus Muslims बाहरिले पाकिस्तान इंडिया रे Nevaris versus Madhesias बाहरिले नेपाल रे and each assertion थिला between communities because जणे निजो को प्रोजेक्ट करथला indigenous native हिसाब रे आ जण को outsider बोली भाबथला even if the links were more than 100 years so India had to has tried to convey that its diaspora should forge harmoniously relations with the native land. नेहरू को टाइम में से बारंबार कोर्ट अफ्रीका केस रे एन बारंबार कोर्ट जे तमे पूरा पूरी मिंगल कर दियो अफ्रीकन आइडेंटिटी सहित निजर आइडेंटिटी यू हैव नथिंग टू लूज सेथरे ही हमें किछ असुविधा रे ना इट्स अ वेरी गुड वे ऑफ डूइंग इट एंड देन यू विल सी दैट it wanted the Indian diaspora to evolve a practical approach to be integrated in the mainstream of national life. तो मैं Indian सब बड़े जति माने जति तमे गोटे निजो को गोटे segregate करतबो it will not be beneficial for the host society जो तमे अच्छा neither for yourself neither for the mainland India. So it never spoke about any guarantees of support if its diaspora was discriminated at say in the economic or political field. Max to max it would say that okay no these are the things that the government should do कि तमे या करो से या करो it would put up certain statements it never went out of the way कि intervene करिवो कि नाही नाही सेठी जाई कि मो प्रूफ पठे देबी तमे हम इंडियंस को या करो that they have never done because they knew the complexity of the matter. Every society was complex. It has its own adaptability is needed to adjust in a particular society and how the Indians can well accommodate themselves. That was the major concern for the government. And they remained silent when Indians they faced discrimination in Burma, Malaysia, Fiji, Fijian coup because Fiji majority they are Indians, more than 60% they are Indians, and they have all they are in powerful positions and they are economically prosperous. এই ସବୁ ଦେଶ ଗୁଡାକରେ you have a separate Indians are looked in a different way, but the government did not retaliate. To some extent, PIOs manakara, people of Indian origin manakara, they started to believe ki na, ampe am government kichi karibani. So this was a stark contrast to Chinese attitude, which support their diaspora openly. China सबबड़े कहबो कि ना ना मो diaspora से नहीं चाहिए attack मो एया करते भी. When Vietnam discriminated against certain persecuted hosts that they were an Hoas were certain ethnic group of Chinese in Vietnam. China displayed its disapproval by dispatching troops to teach a lesson to Vietnam. So सीधा सैन्य पठा देना कि नहीं, there will be a war because my people are in danger. So India has merely used its moral diplomatic influence to support its diaspora till now, and it has not been, which is insufficient. ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କର ବି Indian state ଉପରେ ସେ ଯୋଉ ବିଶ୍ୱାସଟା sometimes they're losing faith on the Indian state. And then if you talk about the attitude of Indian government, it is actually changing in the post-Cold War era. You will have the Indian diaspora now, which is viewed as an important asset, especially when globalization, liberalization, and with the BJP government coming up, we started celebrating प्रवासी भारतीय दिवस जेतबे हमें कहले कि ना चाइना आरंभ हमें देखले कि why China is such a prosperous country economically, because its diaspora community has stood for the state mainland China in return has stood for its diaspora community. So we started with this concept called brain drain. We are doing away with this concept because we now believe that no, we can gain something from the diaspora community. Post globalization phenomena, because Nehruvian times the diaspora was more or less a liability. It was a responsibility, it was a concern of the state. Basically but we never thought that diaspora could be a resource. It is considered to be a resource in the present times. Got my point? So talking about the Indian diaspora in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia again, we had such integrated histories, and we actually it was Southeast Asia is also called Subarnabhumi, the golden land. In ancient past, and they have been visited by Indians. तमे देखो जेतरे आमे बाली सुमात्रा कथा कहू ओडिया साथ को माने जाउथले ट्रेड में. So it was basically Southeast Asian region. So Indian culture was very prevalent, the art, the architecture. तमे देखो बहुत famous temple जोटे कि Angkor Wat temple कि जो एमरल्ड बुद्ध अछि थाईलैंड रे. They are all they talk about the connections between India and that country, and even they have their own version of Ramayana and Mahabharata. The same epic goes there in a different way. It कोठी आसिला जति से connection ta न थांता ए सब streams न थांता. So you have streams of Indians who have been going there, and in the form of indentured labor system or Kangani system, and stay back there. Mostly Malaysia, Indonesia, you have the millions. You have South Indians because Kangani system prevailed. So it is easier to South Rujigame. So the people played a crucial role in production of sugar, tea, coffee, coca, rice, tobacco, and rubber. Because Indians were first class cultivators. Cultivation skill there was a heavy demand for Indian laborers. If you look at Southeast Asia, it was located at the doorsteps, and the laborers were getting different types of incentives from the colonial rulers. बहुत पाखरे थिला and laborers को लागुतला अच्छा पहुंची जिबी जल्दी आउ बहुत incentives मिलतला और at least इंडिया रे सिचुएशन एते खराब खाइबा को तो कोन मिली जिवो एक प्रकार ये थिला. So you will see that during 1952 to 1937 about 2 million Indians went to Malay and nearly 2.5 went to Burma and thousands went to Sumatra, Java, Siam, Philippines, especially after economic depression in 1929. Number of people from Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Gujarat, Madras, Bombay transmigrated there. Marwaris from Rajputana, Chettias from Madras, Punjabis from Gujranwala went towards Rangoon, Bangkok, and Singapore respectively. माने ये जो countries रा trade, commerce, and economic system has been built with the hands of these Indians. सेमाने नथले टा है पर नथान. Although they faced stiff competition from Chinese business circle, they did not stop. So the bulk of Indian diaspora today they are located in Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, because they are the major contributor to the national economy and they have been regarded positively by the political masters. So there are three types of Indian diaspora, Southeast Asia: PRI, NRIs, PIOs, and stateless Indians. Largest number of NRIs in Singapore, which is 90,000, followed by Malaysia, Thailand, Brunei. Then you have in Myanmar, you have Philippines, you have Indonesia. Number of PIOs, people of Indian origin, is largest in Myanmar, which is Burma, followed by Malaysia, Singapore. ये माने ये पूर्वटा हो चुकी recently जो माने जाई चंदी. PIOs जो माने old diaspora time रो जाई चंदी indentured labor case रे की जहाँ. Number of stateless Indians is largest in Myanmar. Citizenship laws in Myanmar and Malaysia are difficult, especially for Indians. Malaysia रे citizen होगा कि Burma रे citizen होगा उट India में बहुत difficult. So the knowledge of language, culture, tradition, residential criteria are very difficult to fulfill, and the ethnic lobbies work against them. तांको ethnic community किसी कोरिया को नहीं है. And as far as Indo-China is concerned, the number of Indian diaspora is small because both Indian and Chinese, they are highly populous state. Their population is higher. You know, Indian diaspora in China is comparatively very less. You will see that India was close to all the three countries: Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, during the Cold War period, and yet Indians did not prefer to stay there for long. Some of the various children. So the total number of NRIs and PIOs in Vietnam are 320, followed by Laos 115, Cambodia 300. So there has always been a battleground between communist and anti-communist forces. All the three have been supporting nationalization campaigns for decades, and business opportunities were always limited. I mean, ये जो communist कैंप और नॉन एंटी कम्युनिस्ट फोर्सेस सबले काम करते आ सबले ए जो तीनटा इंडिया रे जो पीआरआईस को पीआईओस को एनआरआईस को स्टेटलेस इंडियंस को से सबले गोटे नेशनलाइजेशन कैंपेन टा को फॉलो करछन. सिंगापुर केस टा डिफरेंट. सिंगापुर रे तमे देखिबो सिंगापुर हैला, थाईलैंड हैला, मलेशिया हैला, इंडोनेशिया they offered business opportunities. किछटा बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटीज इंडिया से को देथिले. सेमान प्रॉफिटेबल लागला, ट्रेड करले, इन्वेस्ट करले, जॉब पाइले. Brunei रे भी you will find a large number of Indian doctors and engineers. They are mostly professionals and they work very hard. Indians have associated themselves in textile industries. Indonesia रे सेमान जितकी textile industries mostly Indians थांती. Then textile industry सिंधी रे जितकी अच्छी से माने भी mostly Indians और Sikhs थांती. से माने sports goods भी बहुत business रा contribution करती. Then Indian software engineers हैला, medical हैला कि तमर chartered accountants हैले, lawyers हैले, तांको they are well appreciated, बहुत भला incentive मिले. So such professionals are also in demand in Malaysia as well. You know, देखो गोटे पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम रे तले मलेशिया कथा हमें कहथले हमें रबर प्लांटेशन इंडस्ट्री कथा कहथले इंडियंस को कथा भाबेले हमें भाबुथले लेबर्स. But today in Malaysia, if you think of Indians, प्रोफेशनल्स एମାନେ ଅଛନ୍ତି and ସେଇ ଟାଇମ୍ ରେ ବି ସେମାନେ ମାଲେସିଆର ଇକୋନୋମି ଟାକୁ ବୁଷ୍ଟ କରିଥିଲେ ଏବେ ବି କରୁଛନ୍ତି Indians have they have actually restructured the world globally with their hard work then ଯଦି position ଦେଖିବା Philippines it's better Sindhi community ta majority ଅଛି ଏଠି they're engaged in trade and manufacturing whereas Punjabis they are into money lending Punjabi mane money lending କାମ basically Philippines ରେ କରୁଛନ୍ତି Manila has been treated as an important conduit to immigrate to United States ଯଦି United States को direct ଯାଇ ପାରୁନି Philippines ହେଇକି ଯିବେ that is one of the favorite destinations second migration Singapore is most favorite destination of Indian diaspora despite Singapore's prohibitive immigration laws. The laws goes prohibitive, but you will find a number of Tamilians, Gujaratis, Punjabis, Sindhis, Malayali there. And they're not only involved in business and trade, but also into civil services, into judicial services, into professions of teaching. You find Indians everywhere. And then IT, medical practices, pharmaceutical research, that's the Indian manambara bepura. That's the feat for the Indians. In Thailand is respected for what you say, their knowledge, their skill, and the largest number of Indian diaspora in Thailand is 6, followed by Sindhis and Punjabis. So basically, it is from the Punjab region that people have migrated to Thailand. And then you also have Tamils and there, and they have engaged in textile business and they have real estate, jewelry sectors. You have professionals, IT experts. You have skilled, personals who can become advisories in bigger financial institutions. Then MNCs are based mostly in Bangkok, and the Thai way of life, there has been intermarriages between Indians and Thai nationals, which was not allowed in the past, but it is now permitted. So you have a new culture evolving. ସବୁ ଜାଗାରେ ଦେଖ Indian diaspora ଅଛନ୍ତି କୋଉଠି state ଟା prohibitive, କୋଉଠି ନାହିଁ, କୋଉଠି liberal, ତେଣୁ ସେଇଟାକୁ ନେଇକି diaspora culture formation ହେଇଛି ଯୋଉଠି ଟିକେ liberal ସେଠି ସେମାନେ intermarry କରିକି ଗୋଟେ hybrid community ଭଳିଆ ହେଇଛନ୍ତି ଯୋଉଠି ସେମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ethnic group ହେଇକି ରହି ଯାଇଛନ୍ତି segregated ହେଇକି oppressed ହେଇକି କୋଉଠି ସେମାନେ prosperous ହେଇକି ତଥାପି ethnicity maintain କରୁଛନ୍ତି you have different patterns coming up then we talk about certain perspective that is coming up with the Indian diaspora कौन थिला I mean how do you look at from the state's point of view, from the people's point of view, केमिति हमें Indian diaspora टाको we will judge the Indian diaspora. You will see that it varies actually from country to country, the countries of their adoption, and if they had a weakness to look towards India in the past, it was because most of them had emigrated with the support of Britishers and Britain. It was the common colonial master. Congress party at time it was the nationalist party and it acted as a safety valve to articulate the grievance of the people and the diasporic community. से खाली जोड़े देउथिला कि ना हम लोग को भी असुविधा होची साउथ अफ्रीका रे अच्छा या होची. So it was acting as a safety valve कि अच्छा I am listening to you and I will let your government know. But you try to be with your government. You try to integrate yourself with the host society that you have migrated to. So Congress party under Mahatma Gandhi have effectively argued the case of Indian diaspora in Southeast Africa, Fiji and Burma. It someone effectively argue question during the colonial era. Then if you say Indian diaspora, it has a Indian diaspora of South Africa especially. They have a special what do you say affinity for Mahatma Gandhi. And it was any doubt? Yes. Could you please mute your speaker if you don't want to say anything? Shall I proceed? Okay. Uh, so here you will see that the Congress party it was taking up these diasporas differently. South Africa पे तार गोटे अलग प्रकार पर्सपेक्टिव थिला, बर्मा पे गोटे अलग प्रकार थिला. तेणु it was there was a different kind of perspective evolving. से माने केबे जेंति चाइना गोटे ठिया हे पथला माने केबे ठिया हे पारना थिले. And that was the reason why they were politically affiliated with developments in India. केबे हे गोटे मदरलैंड once upon a time थिला तेणु केबे हेले भी diaspora community separate केबे भी हे जाएनी. But when we are talking about the Britishers, and when they transport sovereignty to India and other countries in the region, the situation started changing. After British domination that thila boli semane gote prakar ye he thile che at least everybody is a British subject. Kintu the moment the Britishers withdrew, प्रत्येक नेशन तार एथनिसिटी को नहीं कि एक्सेप्ट करबा आरंभ करतला, तार आइडेंटिटी कॉन्शियसनेस को नहीं कि कोठी से मैंने एक्सेप्ट करले कोठी एक्सेप्ट करले नहीं, and the Indian community was actually suffering a lot because of that. So when India became independent, it could not fulfill the expectations of Indians in Burma, Malaysia, and Fiji. Because देखो, same time रे India was just a nascent nation. Already China, Pakistan को नहीं किए problem, and it was there to take up more issues. So India advised its diaspora to adjust and coexist. तमें कोवाट्रे तमें किमती ले चढ़ाई पारिबो चढ़ाई दियो, आउ एटा solution नुहे. And it was made clear to the diaspora that government will not meet it. बेसी किछि करिबोनी. So they have to seek political economic affiliation with the natives. तमको बाध्य है कि से नेटिव मानको ठरो हेल्प नेबे. से जहा करिवे जेमति करिवे आइदर जागा छाडी के जाई परिबि चेष्टा करिबि जिबा पे जति से माने हमको आउको बाटरे प्लीज करि पाली कि से माने आउ किछि बार्गेन करि पाली आई गो फॉर दैट बट आई हैव टू फाइट माय ओन वॉर. से मेसेज ता कांग्रेस गवर्नमेंट बहुत स्ट्रांगली दे देथला ई टाइम रे मानव केस रे. इंडियन डायस्पोरा in ASEAN region, that Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So they changed their perspective and evolved professional values to play a useful role in cultural and economic life. आमे केमिति exchange ता हम भितरे गोटे constructive way रे हे पारिबो. And post independence era you will see that there were so many struggles for identity, national identity. And the nation building activity which began with freedom, it took a different turn. If you look at India, which already had a plural society, our slogan कौन थी? We were talking about unity in diversity. तुमको first class रे पढ़ी थी जे nationalism is nothing but it's a sentiment of that is based on certain shared culture. तो nationalism रे सब गोटे base था. Either गोटे common language थिबो, गोटे common religion थिबो, suppose English speaking people for nationalistic values कौन हबो ना English कहउछन्ती से माने सब Christianity is the religion. आमो केसे सिंपली common base नथिला. We have to create a base that unity in diversity. एते language, एते religion, एते cultural forms, एते ethnic groups, ओटा को हमें कहबा Indian. There is nothing homogeneous, तनो आमे गोटे नुवा definition Telugu nationalism. And India started giving its glowing example. I'm also a plural society and my plurality is so very diverse. I have my own problems which are so large, and but still I'm trying to hold them together. तो मैं गोटे community है कि आउटे community संगे कहीं की न रही पारी. So after 1947, Prime Minister Nehru suggested that overseas Indians should identify themselves with the aspiration of the local people. Local people जहाँ पहुँचे तांको aspirations कौन तो हमें सेट सहित adjust करना नहीं जो. The assumption was that such a course would facilitate building of bonds between the overseas Indians and the native population and contribute to the healthy relations between them. तमे nation तमे गोटे नेटिव पॉपुलेशन सहित जदि गोटे भलो रिलेशनशिप मेंटेन करिवो तमे मानक पे भी सेटा भलो आ ताको इकोनॉमी पे भी भलो. गोटे हेल्दी रिलेशनशिप दीटा को कम्युनिटी भितर रहिबो. India's policy since 1947 was determined with such assumptions. तो हम आगु भी कहि सच्ची जे इंडिया डरिला कि जदि पीओआई स्टेटस मु सब पीओआईस मानन को जदि मु सिटीजनशिप अलाउ करबी डुअल सिटीजनशिप अलाउ करबी कि करबी नहीं, then that is going to be a crisis in itself because मु पाकिस्तान प्रति जते बेले मोर एते रिस्क अछि एंड आई एम सो अवर्सिव बांग्लादेश को नहीं कि पाकिस्तान को नहीं कि तांको सिटीजन्स मानन को भी आई हैव टू अलाउ बिकॉज़ से माने भी डायस्पोरा को डायस्पोरा कथा मु कहूची कोटा बेनिफिशियरी डायस्पोरा कोटा गोटे हॉस्टाइल डायस्पोरा ही जो मो पे आई हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल एंड आफ्टर ग्लोबलाइजेशन the world was rapidly changing. Countries of Asia Pacific they evolved a common strategy and the diasporic community can become a facilitator. Now Indian diaspora in the Asian region it played a diplomatic role of a facilitator so that countries of Asia Pacific come closer. And it had a new role the Indian diasporic community. And we started talking about the emergence of Asia century. So there are certain important what you say things that we could see कि ये जो एशियन डायस्पोरा कथा हमें कहले that took a prominent role. You will find that they started carving out a separate identity for themselves. माने फॉर एग्जांपल तमे तले एबे यूरोपियन यूनियन कथा कहबो आमे गोटे साउथ एशिया आमे स्टडीज गुडा जो भी टेक अप करछ आमे साउथ एशियन कम्युनिटीज कथा कहछ आमे साउथ एशिया कॉन्टेक्स्ट कथा कहछ बिकॉज़ वी बिलीव जे किछ ना किछ कॉमनलिटी रही छै देयर इज अ बॉन्डिंग हां डिफरेंट नेशनलिटीज हे पारो ता भितरे पुनी नेटिव पुनी की डायस्पोरा कम्युनिटी थाई पारे बहुत किछ हे पारे बट देयर इज इट रीजन वाज बीइंग कार्व्ड आउट. And Indian diaspora is fragmented along caste, class, region, ethnicity सब रही है. Sikh कहबो कि मु Sikh, Muslim कहबो मु Muslim, Gujarati कहबो मु Gujarati. They have their own separate political and cultural affiliations. तेनो एटा भी important ये था कि जितने diaspora को address करछि सेठी भी homogeneity नाही. Chinese को केस रे मु कहबी कि जे हां से माने कहले कि जे हम Chinese. मु केस रे अगेन एते उडे कम्युनिटी तांको निज निजर पॉलिटिकल अफिलिएशन को पॉलिटिकल अफिलिएशन कोन कहूची आगोटे आउ कोन कहूची. There is so much of diversity in that as well. Then most of the Indian diaspora community they inhabited capital cities of Asia. Bangkok हुआ, Singapore हुआ, Malaysia हुआ, जितने की capital city थिला से तरह से मने रहते हैं. And they have been the favorite destination that have connected them to business and commerce. ये तो से मने capital रे सब बड़े settle लेके थिले. It has always propagated business for them in those regions. Then you will see that Indian diaspora played an important role in the Asian region. Their contribution to IT, construction business, textile business, human resource development, it was immense. And no doubt, diaspora community supported the transformation of India from command economy to market economy. Market economy किए गला तो मैं जब next sessions रे we will take up different certain maybe not tomorrow but there is this thing on in Indian how Indian economy gets revived because of the diaspora community. For example तुम movies कथा देखो Hollywood कथा देखो ए बॉलीवुड मूवी पे रिलीज करो 2-3 दिन भीतर से तार प्रॉफिट पाई जाउछ. इट बहुत जल्दी आजकल सिनेमा जरा टीवी रे दे दोछ तुम माने देखो. It was not the case earlier because it is the diaspora community, globally, internationally release होची. It is the diaspora community who is catering to it. You know, गोटे market economy, गोटे consumption ideology पछरे जो diaspora community टा अछि, we cannot forget their contribution in the present age actually. Their contribution has always been there, but we did not look at it. We never took it as a form of contribution. आमे तांको गोटे liability हिसाब रे देखथिले. Present generation we take it as a contribution. That is the new evolving perspective we have shaped in the recent years. Then you will see that it is in the economic area that we are willing to cooperate and coordinate contacts between India and the countries of their adoption. Asian region, you will see that there is proximity with India. We share common maritime borders with Indonesia, Thailand, Myanmar. And at the same time, there are land frontiers and some 1600 kilometers with Myanmar, and we are willing to establish. Today we talk about developing frontiers at the Andamans and make it an important trading centers. ଏବେ କିଛି ବି discussion ଚାଲିଛି Andaman ଏବେ ପୁଣି news କୁ ଆସିଥିଲା to make it a strategic area. So diaspora has always worked in these directions, and that is how you will see it. When you talk about Indians are always a heterogeneous group. মানে খালি Indians पर India प्रति say जो affiliation अच्छी से जो allegiance अच्छी that is not the thing. They have it for their own ethnic community. As a ओडिया मोर ओडिया को प्रति रहिबो और मोर religion प्रति रहिबो. तो ये जो subsets within it, they also make the things make it very diverse and sometimes complicated and sometimes difficult to adopt also. So they are no longer India centered. Today you talk about Sikh or you talk about Gujaratis or Punjabis. They identify with that respective region. Or you talk about religion. They identify with their respective religions. So everybody they have evolved their own communities. Now the next nuance is India is actually it's not a homogeneous diaspora community. Say diaspora bhitere bhi there are several small sublet of diasporas coming up, and those little sub diaspora communities are getting more stronger these days. They are more the networking among them is still more stronger. The political affiliations they have, it has greater dimensions today than it had in the past. Okay, I'll take up some questions now. Any clarification you want? Any clarification, or shall I move on to the next unit if you want to? No?
No, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, we have another.
Very simple and easy to understand, ma'am.
Yeah, it's basically history. It's basically quite historical, and there is not much analysis into it. But this is important because if we just keep in mind the relations each country have with the diaspora community and how those foreign relations actually gets built into the present generation and how it shapes the present economic structure or the present diplomatic relationship. So we always have to keep these historical facts at the back of the mind. When I'm talking about Burma, I must think that okay, these are the things that these Burmese had towards Indian diaspora. Then only I can talk about a diplomatic relationship in future. So when you are talking about the present generation, we have to keep these ideas in mind. So that's the reason we have to visit history. We have another 10 minutes. Shall we start a new thing, or you want me to wind it up? Santosh sir is not there. Shall I take up a little bit of something? I'll start something else.
Ma'am, it will be better if you take the new topic tomorrow.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, is sir recording it? Because sir will come maybe after 5 minutes. You have any other discussions to be taken up?
Not now, ma'am.
No.
As of now. Yeah.
Okay. Okay then.
I think there were many members, but they left.
That I can see.
Around 30.
Because no, I made it bilingual because some of the members they started giving me the feedback that they're not able to understand in English. So I was trying to make it as bilingual as possible. But again, even I got this thing that I got to know that you are getting the recorded piece with you. So some of the members they have this feeling that okay, we can hear it anytime, and what's the use to have it live? In case anyway they are not having questions. There's no question, so that doesn't make any difference to them. Okay then. Yes, sir. Sir, we are done with today's. I actually planned it for three units, and we are done with today's. And now the students they don't want to start a new unit, although we have 10 minutes time. So, shall we wind up or?
Today you wind up.
Okay, so tomorrow we will take up another 3 units tomorrow.
Yeah.
It will be
Next
again.
class will continue. Okay.
It will
So
be
today
again
you
a
finish.
final
If
stuff.
anybody has no query, then you finish the class. Okay.
No,
Anybody any question?
they feel it's full of history, so they didn't find any question.
Okay, then fine. I mean, it's all right. Then you will just wind up the session. So tomorrow we will start the next unit, next block. Okay.
Okay.
So okay,
Okay.
thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.